Good day, ma'am. I am Edwin B. Iligan Jr. from B. Smart 2 Bravo. This is my activity number 2, which is the summary of a case study about incidents and ship going. So, the case study I've searched is all about the collision caused by an assumption while on keeping a lookout visually under hazy conditions that then there were no other vessels in the vicinity. So, the summary of the incidents. The vessel A, man with the Master A and crew members, departed Cayenne Port and was proceeding southwestward, and the vessel B, man with skipper B and 3 passengers on board, was engaged in fishing while in drifting state. The two vessels collided with each other at around 11 o'clock, June 12, 2011, off the northwestern coast of Ooshima. One of the passengers on the vessel B was injured and her starboard was cracked. The vessel A sustained scratches on the bow. So this is the events leading to the incident or to the accident. Vessel A, gross tonnage is 498 tons and length, breadth and depth is 74.92 meters by 12.50 meters by 6.86 meter. Hull material is steel. Engine, diesel engine. Output is 1,471 kilowatt. And the vessel B is gross tonnage is 3.84 tons. L by B by D, or length, breadth by depth, is 9.20 meter by 2.45 meter by 0.71 meter. So the vessel B is a smaller than vessel A. The engine is diesel engine. Output is 65 performance index by Fishing Vessel Act. So as we can see, this is the information around 7 o'clock. Vessel A departed the Kawasaki section of Cayenne Port, heading toward Tacoma Port, Mitoyo City, Kagawa Pref. After proceeding south in Tokyo Bay and passing through Uraga, Suido, vessel A sailed in the southwest course. So this is the action of vessel A before the incident. Under hazy conditions, since there were many recreational fishing vessels and fishing vessels in the area from the south of Surugisaki vessel, so this place is as or daghay mangisda nga barkong gagmay, sailed at a speed of approximately 11.5 kn while confirming her position using 2 radars and a GPS plotter, and avoiding fishing and other vessels by manual steering. So the vessel A performing a manual steering. Passing by north of Ooshima, the vessel switched to automatic steering, sailing toward the south of Mikomoto-shima. So murag Japan, sa Japan nga incident. Master A did not use the radar, only keeping a lookout visually. And since no other vessels were visible ahead, he began to work organizing the vessel's charts. Chief Engineer A saw the mass of a fishing vessels moving in the bow direction and then turned towards Master A, who was on the bridge, calling on him a loud voice and waving his hands. Master A saw Chief Engineer A waving his hands and saw the mass of vessels be in the bow direction and immediately engaged the clash to the astern. So, na-notice na before ang incident, natunti sa Chief Engineer og Master A or Chief Engineer A. So, around 5, so mao po nian sa nahitabo ang action sa vessel B. For purpose of recreational fishing vessel, B departed Futo Fishing Port, Ito City, Shizuoka Pref, and arrived off the northwestern coast of Aoshima. Although the condition were hazy, Skipper B believed that it would be sufficient to only keep a lookout visually. Therefore, he stopped the radar and kept a lookout on the control compartment while the vessel was drifting. So, passenger B was seated at the starboard side of the midsection. Passenger B2 at the passenger of the vessel B at the port side of the after section. The passenger B2 at the starboard side of the aft section. So that's the position of the passenger on vessel B. There was a request to skipper B from passenger B1 for adjustment of his reel, and skipper B began some workout adjustment of the connecting cord. Approximately 3 to 4 minutes after he started the work, he heard the voice of passenger B saying, "A vessel is coming straight for us." So, nanay warning or sign nga mabunggo. Looking in the bow direction, skipper B saw the bow of vessel A approaching at approximately 45 degrees ahead to port. When he immediately engaged the engine to full astern, the stern of vessel B swayed to the starboard side as the vessels moved to astern. Weather and sea condition. So, weather is cloudy, hazy with light and dark areas. So, visibility about 2 to 5 meters m. Ocean current and tide northwestward to east current about 0.5 to 12 kn. So, di dahil maayo ang panahon sa ani nga adlaw. So, next is that so as we can see in the picture, so there are the damage of the both vessels, vessel A and vessel B. So vessel A, the conditions of lock keep on vessel A and B. So this is the condition. Master A was standing navigational watch alone. Although 2 radars were in operation, he did not use the radars and only keep lookout visually. So that's the mistake. Instead of using radar, they did not use it. He did not see any vessels ahead and therefore mistakenly assumed that there were no other vessels in the area. He began to work on organizing the chart on the chart table of the upward side and was not keeping a lookout. So that's the mistake for vessel A. Mao po to yan sayop. B is when skipper B was intending to return vessel B to the original position she had before drifting, there was a request from passenger B1 for adjustment his electrical reel. Skipper B did not use the radar and did not see any vessels aside from concert vessel by visual observation. Therefore, he mistakenly assumed that there were no other vessels in the area. He crouched and began adjustment work on the connection cord in the starboard side passageway and was not keeping lookout. So, the mistake is that both vessels did not use radar because they assumed that there is no other vessels surround to each other. So, probable cause. It is probable that the accident occurred involving a collision of two vessels A and vessel B, because both Master A and Skipper B were not keeping a lookout under hazy conditions of the northwestern coast of Oshima, with vessel A proceeding southwestward and vessel B drifting. It is probably that reasons why both Master A and Skipper B were not keeping lookout was that under hazy condition, the boat looking out only visual without using radar and did not see any other vessels, mistakenly assuming that there were no other vessels in the area. So, one of the cause is the hazy conditions of that day. But because of that condition, they assume to each other that, or the operator of both vessels assume that there is no other vessels around them, so they did not use the radar. In order to prevent recurrence, also there is or the tips or the action should be done in order to avoid collision or the incident. Keep a proper lookout, effectively using radar. So we need to use the radar all the time, and other available means, and not relying solely on visual observation. So that's action number one. Last or second action is that when performing work other than maneuver of a vessel, only after accurately understand the situation of surround vessels and safety has been confirmed, completely that work quickly so that it does not interfere with proper lookout. So proper lookout and using radar is the key to avoid collision. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you.